The Shed is one of the most visited aquariums in the whole planet Earth. Literally millions of people have come through the doors in the 82 years that the Shed Aquarium has been around. And the Shed Aquarium really believes in sustainability. It takes that responsibility seriously. We have on the roof of this aquarium a soybean roof. That's made out of Illinois soybeans, a white paint that is rolled onto the asphalt. Cools off this building for the creatures in it and for the people visiting. And it's important that we honor all the good work that the Shed Aquarium does every day for sustainability, for our environment, for ecosystems. And it's so important that we have an ecosystem not only on land, but also in water. Most of the surface of the earth is covered with water. And the Shed in particular, Shed Aquarium, has, I think, taught us all how important it is to take good care of our water ecosystem. And the bill I'm going to sign today, which is going to ban the possession and sale of shark fins, is really designed to protect sharks from extinction. Unfortunately, there are certain parts of our world where the practice of cutting off the fins of sharks is leading to their extinction, and that's not good for the ecosystem of our oceans or our whole planet. And so we have a duty, all of us, in every part of our country as well as our world, to do something about it. And Hawaii and California, Oregon, and Washington, those states have already had legislation similar to what we're passing here in Illinois. And it's very important that our state is kind of the heart of the heartland, right in the middle of the United States, set a good example for other states in the Midwest and elsewhere on taking good care of our ecosystems, our water ecosystems. And it's important that we do protect our oceans. It's very important that all of us here in the middle of the country, we don't have an ocean front coast, but we are part of a movement in our country called the Coastal Zone Management, because we have the coasts of the Great Lakes. So we work with states on both the Atlantic and Pacific coasts on anything to do with water and coast.
There were three things we did when we opened up the Wild Reef. First and foremost, highlight the beauty and diversity of one of the most diverse aquatic places in the world, that's in the Philippines. The second thing we wanted to do was highlight one of the best coral conservation research and rehabilitation projects in the 20th century, which happened in Apo Island. But the third thing we set out to do here 10 years ago was to really debunk myths about sharks. And so that's what makes today really, really appropriate, because for the last 10 years or so, 20 million people have walked through the doors, they've come through the Wild Reef, and we've really dedicated ourselves to making sure that we take fear of sharks and turn that into appreciation and compassion for sharks. And I think that shows in today's legislation and signing here to give sharks a better chance here in the state of Illinois.
Here's why I'm excited about this issue. This is obviously an issue with great importance from the point of view of humanity, from the point of view of treating animals with decency and respect. But it's also an issue with great ecological importance. So we're sitting at the end of a period of, let's say, 200, 250 years, during which the human race has initiated ecological and ecosystem change on Earth of really unprecedented rapidity. And that's interesting, and it's fascinating, and sometimes it's positive, and often it's frightening. And fortunately, we're also now reaching the end of a period of, let's say, around 40 years, during which the human race is beginning to try to come to grips with what that means, what we can do about it, what we need to do in some instances to change it. And as we've learned, changing it is difficult. It involves cultural and practice and behavioral change. It often can be done without enormous negative consequences, but it requires careful thought, and it requires real leadership to urge people to think about the consequences of their actions for their immediate local environment and also for the broader global ecosystem that we're all a part of. So this new law, as it's about to be, is an important piece of that. It's a small piece, but it's a key piece. It's a key piece of rethinking our relationship to our ecosystems, and it's a key piece of thinking about what it means, for instance, to endanger somebody at the top of a food chain and what that means all the way down the food chain and throughout our ecosystems. I'm excited to play some small role in this piece of legislation, and I'm excited to continue working on this issue because it's a very, very crucial one for our state and, of course, for our species. Thank you very much.